Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell, they are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe button, and that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with a new piece of content. And don't be afraid to comment and let me know what you would like to see on my channel. All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's get into the live. What do you think, Remy? How's it going, man? Oh man, I woke up this morning, my back doesn't hurt. I went out and I did a little bit of work and it works. Hold on one second. I copied that. Now I want to post it. Let's see. Join me on screen. And then I want to pin it. All right. All right. Yeah, I figured before I go live, like, I don't know, it's a minute and 15 seconds, but instead of a countdown timer, I'll play that and see what it does, you know. A lot of people don't know. I've got, oh my gosh, I've got a lot of low and no content books and um I've got merch all over the place. Holy cow. I come up in the winter, I came up with a lot of designs. Yeah, I copied you. I posted my link, my Amazon link. I don't have any what do you call it? I don't have any qualifying sales yet, so I posted my Amazon link on Facebook. But it's kind of a catch-22 because they say if you can't do it for your friends, but then if you're my friends on Facebook, do they count you? I know I had a guy spend like $3,000 on solar equipment. He is actually a friend of mine. They wouldn't count it because we've been friends forever. And it is just insane. And they won't tell you why or how they know that you're friends with the people. It's proprietary information. Well, they hack your stinking Facebook. Anyway, if anybody wants to join me up here on screen, go ahead and I pinned a comment up there. Hey Annie, how's it going? I am, my back, it's a little tense still, but oh nice. They didn't realize she was your mom. That's awesome. Either that or maybe Amazon.ca has better, more lenient rules. That would be awesome. Being lazy today, there is nothing wrong with being lazy. I went out and we had a windstorm. Go figure. Hey, Mahilin. We had a windstorm here, and the my tent blew. It like picked it up and set the front over to the side. It actually moved my rototiller. Actually, it's Trevor's rototiller. Uh, it it moved the rototiller. Hey, Melissa, how's it going? And so, Trevor had told me, hey, you need to anchor those down with the anchor screws. They got the screws that screw in the ground, and so I did that this morning. I am so thankful just to be able to get on my knees and stand up and all that without pain. I still got the hesitation, um, that I'm waiting for it to hurt, and there's a little tightness on one side, but man, oh man, uh, it's just amazing how much bending over to get a piece of paper. Oh my gosh, I would not be able to. I was talking. Oh, excuse me. I was talking to Trevor, and if this was an everyday occurrence, I wouldn't be able to do anything, much less homestead. It is amazing what you have to bend for. Um, I I used the last sheet of toilet paper, and I had to bend down from the toilet to grab the last roll of toilet paper in my little extra toilet paper bin thing. Yes, I am that guy that actually does change the toilet paper roll. Uh, ain't that a catch? But it just almost put me into on the ground. Hey, Annie,
Hi.
how's it going?
Like I said, I'm being very lazy.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I just had to celebrate. I wanted to just try a live at a different time. Um, and because I know there are people who do lives like all day long. They're just bouncing in and out and stuff, and they actually get a pretty good showing.
They do.
Um,
Uh,
um,
I know that yesterday there was empty homestead. They were doing a live at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, there's no way that on the Sunday afternoon with my kids I would be able to do a live. But they are parents that their kids have left the nest, and they are able to do lives at times that they want. So I'm sure that it helps a lot
yeah,
to have like different times, because there's people like from Australia that can watch us and they have different time zones than us. And 6 o'clock at night, they might be sleeping.
yeah,
So
um, yeah. It's well, what is it? Wide Family Farms, or
yeah,
uh, she does real late night lives also, on top of her regular lives and stuff. And I would love to go into them. I watch the replays sometimes, and they have a lot of fun. Um, but I just, man, I just can't stay up that late anymore.
me
I'm getting to be an old man.
too. But I go to bed at late 11. But she starts her live at 11, and I'm like, I have to get up early the next morning with my kids. So I can't.
Yeah,
Maybe later, but not now.
right. Right. Well, it's cool because you're raising your future cameraman and editor, and you know, think about that. If they get into YouTube, Mr. Beast started when he was 12 years old, and I know that the everything has changed a lot since then, but he just recorded himself playing video games.
um, I doubt for now. Maybe
Does
maybe later my kids will want to film me or edit, but they're French and everything I'm doing is in English. So they would have to learn how to film first and then learn how to operate an English editing program, which is like maybe further down the road, maybe 10 years down the road, we'll see that.
yeah, yeah. English. English is a hard language to learn, from what I understand. There's a lot that we say that I don't understand. And Remy, no, it doesn't mean you're boring. Oh my goodness, no. Um, I have a blast with our stuff. I It's just the later night stuff I just can't do. Um, and but we're not boring.
No, we're not. We talk about seeds all day.
Yeah. In fact, I got a package of seeds the other day. I got to make a video on that, but uh, and my what is homesteading for Lynn's uh oh her challenge, I guess.
Collab, what is homesteading to you?
Yeah. That comes out today. Uh and I mean it I just boiled it down to the one word. Um
I started.
well they
I think I'm November 23rd. Yeah, I think mine is November 23rd. It's a Thursday, so I'm mostly done filming. But she's asking us to stay under 10 minutes. So I'm trying to like go down like the nitty gritty, dark to the point, no la la, no blah blah. It's hard. It's hard. I think I'm 11 minutes.
Yeah, she said that was just she didn't want people to feel they had to do a 20-minute video, but she wasn't restricting us because I know I went I narrowed mine down. It's like 10 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that. But she said it's no worries if you did go a little live. MT Homestead shouted Annie out yesterday. That's awesome.
Yeah. They commented on my first video, my introduction video, and he messaged me. I hope we can catch you on today's live. And I look at the time, like, there's no possible way I can do it. And then I watched the replay, and he has like a 10-minute long duration during the live and talks about my channel. I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I wish I
That's
would have been,
awesome.
but there's no way that during the day, like right now, it's just because I'm lazy and I don't want to go do my chores. I pop on the live, like, chores, going outside. I'm gonna sit down and relax. It's Monday.
I'm using Trevor as an excuse because I can't get the four-wheeler started and I'm not pulling on it with my back just coming out of the being pulled. But Trevor borrowed my tractor, and I mean he needs it. He's got to go pick up his lumber from the sawmill today for his garage. And if he stacks it right and everything, he'll be able to use the forks to unload it, which will make it a lot easier on him. But there's so much stuff I could do. I could pull the old plants from the garden and all that stuff. But
I'm
I
actually
just
fine this year.
what's that?
I'm leaving everything. Like I'm not pulling anything out of the garden. The only thing I pulled out was nightshades. So potatoes, tomatoes, and peppers. Because I have blight. And I tried to remove like the most hectic weeds that flowered and went to seed. And I'm just covering my garden with leaves, like a deep, like I'm going to put compost, and then I'm going to mulch it heavily with everything I can find, leaves, old wood chips, and I'm leaving every plant that's there.
Oh, nice. That's
So
what.
I'm hoping it's going to add to the compost, like a
Oh,
little.
absolutely, absolutely. I want to rake the wood chips aside because this past spring I just made beds because I was just using the four-wheeler and the trailer, and I just made beds. But I wanna cover the whole garden with the topsoil that my son-in-law got me, and then cover that with the wood chips because I think the way my lawn is growing just downhill in my garden, there's not a big grade, but with this hard clay, I think that the water, the wood chips hold a lot of it, but I think a lot of it gets under them and runs off the clay. And my lawn is so thick around my garden because of all the nutrients that are coming from that.
Yeah,
Um,
stop using wood chip, but because it's very expensive for me to get,
mhm.
and lack of time to do my own. I find that if I can get my hand on old straw, organic straw, I use that. Or
Yeah. Um, what I do, hey Chuck and Belinda, um, is like the other day Trevor stopped by. I might have told you this already. Trevor came to pick up the tractor, and he said that they were trimming trees. So I went down there and I made up some business cards that you got my YouTube channel and all that stuff. And then I just draw a little map on the back of how to get here. And I hand them that and I say, I'll take all the wood chips you can get. And they bring me the arborist wood chips. And then he got to me and uh, he says, yeah, you want some logs? I said, what kind of logs? And they were popple, so they're not great for burning in the middle of winter. Um, I'm not totally sure how popple burns, but this time of year, hey Dave, this time of year when I'm not worried about burning hot or I'm just taking the chill off or whatever, um, it's just free wood, free heat.
yeah, of course. Well, I don't know wood. I'm not the one that used to take care of the wood at my previous house, and we would just burn whatever we would find. But I know there's a logical way of burning wood, and there's species that are better, and they burn longer, they burn better, and they actually, some of them makes your food taste better. I don't know which one it is, but I know there's a logical thing behind it.
Yeah. Um, like I said, I'm not really sure how popple burns, but there's some woods that uh, you don't want to. They're not the best burning wood. Popple, um, cherry is a good burning wood. Um, Beech is one of the best. I mean, you get a nice hot long burn with good coals. Uh, Out west, they burn a lot of pine, the softwood. Which the reason we don't burn pine here is because it has to dry for so long. Otherwise, you end up with a lot of creosote and stuff, and it's all pitchy. I don't like dealing with the pitch, um, and the stickiness.
Well, don't they have beetle kills? Beetles love the pine trees, the
Yeah,
mature, and then they dry up on their own, and then they just fall on their side.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and the it's I don't know I've got the only wood I've got a couple um white birch, which uh I don't think I'd use white birch for that. There's some really good uses for white birch in building and stuff. But the hemlock is the only thing I have that on my land really that I don't want to burn. That and goosefoot maple, which is uh not really all that good for burning. Uh, but the hemlock is good for building. That's really a really strong wood. The thing is it goes from really wide to really narrow in a short height.
You need to catch up on comments.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Getting to cut an apple orchard across the road, saw 3 deer this morning. Nice. I've gotta just confirm my zero on my rifle, and I've got to get out there and do some hunting now that my back's feeling better. Um, I might. I I need to go out and sit. I saw a buck run across the highway the other day. It was either a big crotch horn antler wise, or a 6 point, and it was at night. But it's funny because it crossed the road in the same place I saw a guy go out. I was riding by, and he was crossing the road with his bow.
He was ready for food.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see here. Dave sent me one by mail. Send a deer by mail. I don't know if that's legal, Remy. Could be.
Don't know. uh,
We
I
could check into that though.
I don't know how New Brunswick. Dave is in Ontario, right? I think so. So
Dave, where are you from? Are you in Ontario?
I always mix up Manitoba and Ontario.
That's twice Manitoba's come up this week. I gotta watch that Moonlight Over Manitoba. It is a hilarious. I don't know if you know Jeff Daniels.
No,
Um,
I used
from
to watch movie like 4 or 5 movies a week when I was in my young adult years. I used to work in a video shop, and everyone's like, "It's so boring." I'm like, "No, I get paid to watch movies.
right,
Like,
right.
fun." I didn't
Uh,
watch.
but yeah, Jeff Daniels is he worked with I believe he's Canadian, but he's got a real weird sense of humor, and he played in Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey,
Oh,
and
the actor that. Okay, so I know the actor, but I've never seen that movie.
it's about hunting. He's reached a point in his life. He's about to have a birthday or something, and he has never shot a buck. And so he goes hunting, and this is his year to shoot a buck. And he goes through. They have a mentally challenged person in their uh, ancestry that shot one by accident from the outhouse or something like that, and even he got a buck. It's just it's hilarious. If you're into that brand of comedy, um,
A sarcastic comedy, like deep black sarcastic comedy, I've never been drawn to. Stand-up comics, depending who the comic is, yes.
yeah,
But like if it's worth the time, and I read it, like when I read the back of the story, if I'm like drawn to it, I'll watch it. If I'm not, I won't. So I might have seen the tape or the DVD.
yeah,
At the
yeah,
time, there were more DVDs when I, I mean, there were more VHS. It tells me my age. There was much more VHS in my time. So DVDs were just starting when I was working there. And every time I would read the back of a movie, if it was interesting, like at first, I would watch it. Sometimes it was a win, sometimes it was, not worth it.
yeah.
But I don't remember seeing it at all.
No, it's kind of a niche movie. I don't even know if it's playing anymore. Uh, Lynn, yeah, I'm on my third time trying to renew my Amazon affiliate.
Well,
Um,
I've never had to renew mine.
well, you get 180 days, and you have to make 3 qualifying sales in
Oh,
those 180 days.
I did that.
Okay, then you're good.
Okay.
I haven't been able to make that. Now I've made sales. One time I made 2 sales. Actually, I made 3 sales, but my friend for his camp, he used my links to buy a bunch of solar equipment, like $3,000 worth of stuff. But they didn't count it because somehow they said, well, he's your friend, and it's not a discount program. Which Remy says that his mom, they counted his mom.
Okay.
Um,
My last name is Poirier. My sister's last name is Poirier, and she uses my link every single time she makes a purchases her purchases on Amazon. So she bought Crocs. She bought a light switches. She bought everything. Every time she goes on Amazon, she just uses my link, and she has the same last name as me.
Yeah. My sister, Tammy Davidson, lives in Florida, and it won't count her. And man, she she orders from Amazon a lot. My mom will be sitting there at my mom's, and the UPS guy comes up and she's like, "What Tammy get me now?" but it's for some reason they're not counting a lot of this stuff. I've got links to my books, which I just cut back on my advertising for my books, because I there was one month I spent $40 on advertising. Now it's 26 cents. It cost me 26 cents depending on what I bid on a spot, but up to 26 cents per click, but up to $2 a day. And in one month, it came to like 40 some bucks. It was, hey, Vanessa Kitty.
Lynn, when you go on your Amazon page and you log on your Amazon, look on the top left. You have to do this on your computer. Top left, there's going to be a new box that's going to be added. So I can't remember if it's image or text, and you click on that. Where are you? Okay, so you click on that, and it's going to give you a specific link of an item you have chosen. So example, let's just say that you're looking for mason jars. You're going to go on your www Amazon shop. You're going to log in as you, the login you have chosen. And on the, oh, there it is, top left, you see a word that says text. When you click on that, it's going to give you the clickable link.
Yeah.
If you have a blog.
And then if I go to a product.
It's so small for me. I'm on my phone, so
What's
I can't.
That? Oh, okay. Yeah. If oh, my computer's running slow. If I go to, what happened there? Come on, click already. Okay, if I come here, see, I can do the text, I can do a clickable image, or I can do a text plus image. And if I click text for these 5-gallon Mylar bags, it's going to take forever because, okay, I get this. I just push Control C and then paste that into wherever I want to put the link, or I could do a text and image, which will show this where they can see the image and they click on this, but this won't work under your, this is like, it gives you an HTML.
That's for more blogs and websites. The link is
right.
For description in YouTube or anything else that only accepts text. I have in my description of my YouTube videos, I write whatever is going on during the video, and then I have a link to my favorite counting book, and then lower down to that I also have a direct link to my Amazon, just the Amazon link. But like you see, it says like AMZON, and then there's like dash dash, and then there's numbers. It shows you that those are affiliate links and clickable.
Let's see here. Let's see, 3.
But it's
point.
Lynn just responded something else. But it's
Huh. Yes, Dave. Funny enough, let's see. My university has it set up. If you go through affiliate link, then anything you buy, they make. Yep, that's pretty much what we're doing. Yes, I have links to items I really like, but I thought there was a link for Amazon in general.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
I found how to do it, and I showed Remy how to do it, and then I forgot. So I think I YouTubed it, how to find my whatever you want to call it, Amazon profile link, and that's what I did. And I copied and pasted it, and I put it in my description. But I don't remember how I did it.
I just did, Dave, a search for a 3-point hitch, and it came up with pallet forks on Amazon. Um, let's see what else it comes up with. I've got all sorts of added stuff that I shouldn't have had to pay for. 3-point hitch receiver, pallet fork, 2,000 pounds. Oh, let's get rid of pallet. 3-point hitch attachments. Yeah. Um, and then if I go back to Amazon, to the homepage of Amazon, if my computer will do it, it will there. I will still have my associates bar up here, Lynn, so that I would be able to get a link just to Amazon, just to the generic Amazon page.
There's someone that mentioned about a wish list. Vanessa, I think. Vanessa, I have a wish list, though it's private. I also have a wish list that's private. I'm not just yet comfortable having a public wish list because you have to enter your address. Like if anyone wants to send you gifts, donations, I don't know how you want to call it, you have to put an address in there, and it's like your personal information. So I'm not too comfortable just yet until I can have a PO box and figure out how I can have a PO box without anyone tracing me. My wish list will definitely be on the secretive side.
I do on my website. I have a donate button from PayPal,
I do too.
and if they do it, if they mark that they're friends or family or something, PayPal doesn't take all that much from you, I guess.
I know I've done that also, PayPal. It's in my when you look at my page, my page of YouTube, there's like there's Instagram there, there's TikTok, there's PayPal, and when you click on that, you can do a donation. But I haven't really, I haven't reached the that point just yet. No donation has been sent my way yet. Maybe
I actually, someone did send me a donation for like $10. It was
that's nice.
amazing.
That's nice.
Yes, I sent them an email saying thank you. Um, uh, and I didn't. I figured I'd put it up there, and because like sometimes my sister will say, "Hey, Tracy, can you pick mom up this or whatever?" And we lost Annie. Um, and I'll pay you back, and so she can just go to that donate button and uh,
Sorry, I got
okay.
caught up.
But yeah, so she can go to that donate button and just send me the money for it for me to pick something up for mom. Um,
This
let's
that item seems fun. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I've seen people receive donations during chats, during lives. That would be another fun thing to experience, like on a live, someone making like live donations to your journey, to your dreams, to help you with the creation of content. It must feel great.
yeah. Well, we pummeled Remy with super chats and memberships and stuff like that one day.
On his birthday.
Yeah. And that was fun. I know, like Nick Nimmin, a lot of people will do a super chat, and he does it like if you give him a super chat or a super sticker, it shows up in the chat, and then he will answer your questions. It from
in
the
the
chat.
chat a donation, they get their question answered live.
And now they have a thanks button. We didn't try to make you cry, my friend. We succeeded.
I was told that there was tears. I missed that part. I had to go.
But dude, we love you. That's why. I mean, you have been instrumental in developing this community that even if I gave up YouTube, I would not give up this community. It is just so awesome. And you were instrumental in building that.
Well, ironically, it was Remy that brought all of us together.
Yeah.
I met Remy through Mallory from Quebec Homestead, and then Remy made me meet most of you, and then Remy brought even more people around the table, which was amazing. Like one person brought us all together, so you were entitled to cry. You're allowed to cry.
Absolutely. And I don't know, it's amazing. Remy called me, he honored me, and you know how in Canada they add the European, like for a lot of things they put you in different words, like color has a OU instead of COLOR, it's COLOUR. He said I'm honorary Canadian or something to that effect.
Yeah. We have a fun way with languages and letters. And French is a very, very hard language to learn. And like I started speaking English when I was 5, so I learned like the common tongue of English. But then when I was brought up in school, they started teaching us irregular verbs, and there's apostrophes everywhere with S, and I'm like, what dot is that?
Yeah.
I am less frustrated at the English language than the French language, because French, many words mean the same thing, and in the same sentence, it's like you can get thrown off if you're not French. But you guys also have that in English, like one word in context can mean multiple.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bilingual, and sometimes people speak to me in French, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And same thing in English. I have no idea what they're telling me.
And it's all changing as we speak right now. There are people they're making different pronouns. They, them, he, her, we, all that stuff is they're making it more complicated. You can't just look at somebody and assume anymore how to refer to them. So I just refer to everybody by name when I can.
Soon we're gonna have to refer to everyone by it.
Yeah. Yes.
Like in French, there's feminine and masculine. So if I'm like a table is une table, so it's feminine. C'est une table. But in English, it's just the table. There's no way of presenting it as a feminine. But with everything going on, I have no idea. Maybe soon we're just gonna say le table, like a masculine table.
How dare you assume it's pronouns?
I'm gonna say it. Hi, it.
My table identifies as a mess.
Yes. And my table identifies as a epic catastrophic mess. You're not mediocre in both.
No.
No, you're not.
You speak good English. I don't know about the French because I don't speak French, so I can't grade you on that. But next week, is it for the tomato plant? Measures about 14 feet long.
Has them in his greenhouse. He sent me a picture of his tomato. They're like epic. They're huge. They're taller. I think they were like 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall when he sent me the pictures. He has a tunnel. He put them in the tunnel, so they're gonna grow as probably till the end of November.
Wow. Here you wouldn't even need the tunnel. We've had a couple frosts that pretty much ended the gardens, but during the days it's way too warm. I've got to put the now you leave your high tunnel covered all year, all winter. Okay.
So I have a 3-piece. So when I designed the tunnel, the first 24-inch off the ground has greenhouse plastic. And then after that, there is maybe 3 to 4 feet of netting. And on top of that is the roof. So during the summer, I just have the roof portion that has the greenhouse paper and feet. And the netting prevents anything and anyone to go in. And the first 24-inch keeps the ground warm enough so that the peppers, when they're low to the ground and my side tunnel is open, like there's like more heat towards the ground. So this in the entire summer, as soon as the nights are 20s, my sides are open. My front door is half open and my windows in the back are open. As soon as it gets chilly, my front door is closed, the sides are closed, but the back windows stay open so that there's air circulating around. And as soon as I have hard frost, the whole thing is closed.
Okay. Because with my greenhouse, I just pulled off the cover, but I'm wondering because we get a lot of snow here. We get like 3 or 4 foot of snow, but I've got the 2 storage tents. They're garage tents from Tractor Supply, one for the tractor and one for storage, and I've got to clean them off anyway, which is just going through and hitting the snow off so it goes down along the side. So I'm thinking about leaving the cover on all winter, which when the sun hits it and gets in there, it should warm it up and keep most of the snow off it, I think.
No.
No?
I move the snow every snowstorm, or else the pressure will
collapse it.
So the middle part will collapse.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do. Once it collapses, like the metals, even if you warm up the metal will always have that weakness.
Yeah.
So and because it's hot inside, the first layer will be ice. And then it's going to be snow. So if you don't remove the snow right away, because of the heat within the greenhouse, there's going to be like this heavy, thick layer of ice and then top it off with snow. So it's not just going to be snow. So you have to remove it, else it will collapse.
All right.
And mine is a temple structure. So it's made for snow.
Okay.
That's why I've chosen to convert a temple structure instead of buying a greenhouse that's made for United States.
Right.
Like, as in the United States, they barely have snow, but like I wanted it to be strong enough for it to withhold. So the structure probably will not cave in, but the plastic will. So one year I did have the plastic tear up.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that one windstorm. I was trying to make the homemade one, and oh my goodness, that windstorm just blew it. I don't know. It's still laying in there. It's had briars grow up. I can see it out the window here. There's like a leg sticking up and plastic tied to it, but it's got briars growing up all around it. I need to hook up to it with the tractor and pull it out of there. Uh, if nothing else, to try to save the plastic and the what metal is still straight. Um, yeah. Um, hey, Mike and Bobby, how's it going?
Someone said they received a greenhouse.
Yeah, Belinda and Chuck. Uh, yeah, it is. It's really cool because this year was a lot of experimenting with me, because it's like the sun would beat down and it would register over 100 degrees in there. Uh, and but then at night it was still getting way too cold for the plants and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was so it was a lot of experimenting with me, and I think this winter, which I still got carrots and beets, my kale is doing great in the garden, much and in the greenhouse, it's all overcome with weeds, of course, because I somewhere along the line I just stopped weeding the garden.
You did that? No.
Yeah, I don't finish well. I get into stuff in the beginning, and I go and go and go, but as long as I can find the beds, so I can get the fruit. Like that was we played a game on my sugar beets video. And we had to play a game before I could harvest my sugar beets, and it was find the sugar beets. Um,
It's not where is what's his name?
Waldo.
Yeah, where's Waldo? Sorry.
It's just a metal frame, so I have to build the ends and get the plastic.
The
Uh,
plastic most like the highest investment. Like a
yeah,
green good quality, it's an investment, but it's worth it.
yeah. I was thinking about taking the back wall off. Well, not off, but building a wooden back wall, and so I could put a small wood stove. I've got a couple small wood stoves, but then I would have to keep the wood stove going. I could, actually heat it all year long,
Yeah.
but it would.
There's tell you a couple things. My wood burning stove is still not hooked up in the tunnel. Security wise, you have to position it in the tunnel so that the plastic doesn't melt. That's number
Right.
one. And then you're gonna do wood, like you have to do a structure in the back, so you have to make it secure for the wood to be secure. And then this is the easy part, like you're gonna do galvanized things and security. That's not the issue. The issue is if you're lazy and you don't open your door on a daily basis. So that means every time it snows, you have to go outside and you have to make sure that your door opens. I experience every single year my door gets shut. Like there's a snowstorm that comes in, I'm lazy, I don't go open the door, and then I get in the butt because I opened my door. So even though you have a wood burning stove inside, there's two things you need to do. You need to add the wood during the colder nights. So if it's below freezing, you need to go maybe 2-3 times during the night to add some wood. Will you get dressed in the middle of the night?
Oh, if
That's
we had the outside, if we still had the outhouse, well, we still have the outhouse, but if I still had to use the outhouse, then I could kill two birds with one stone. But yeah, there's too much danger of me just saying, you know what, it's not that cold outside.
the possibilities of having a wood burning stove in a tunnel that's being heated is amazing.
Mhm.
But no, you watch all these channels on YouTube on how to do it, but they don't talk to you about these three things. Four, actually, because safety purposes. Like, you don't know what roams. I know that the worst thing that can be exposed to me are skunks and cats.
Mhm.
You know, skunks, I can survive. I'm going to stink like hell, but I'm a skunk attack. The fact that a cat will attack me, slightly not, I will probably survive if a cat decides to attack me. But you guys are exposed to so many things.
Yeah.
Safety purposes also that people need to take in mind. So the ideal thing is to have a solar heating system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That
that you
I was,
can do from home, like from inside your house.
yeah, I was thinking when I was in the Army, we would go on field exercises and we had the big GP medium tents where you had 20 or 30 guys. Well, no, a GP medium might be 10 or 15 guys in cots, but they had the pot belly stoves, and what you did was there was a line, a copper line that went outside the tent, and it would drip, I think it was diesel fuel, down into the burn chamber of this stove, and you would just tip the can upside down, and it would start this drip, and that might work really good. Um, See, I would put my wood furnace in there. Yeah, yeah, an outdoor wood furnace would be awesome for
Mm.
that. The the only negative to furnaces, I would have to have a solar that would handle the initial uh the initial electric suck of a furnace, which shouldn't be that much for a pump. Ground batteries that use like geothermal heating for passive solar greenhouse. Yes. When you go down, I think here it's four four or 5 feet underground. The ground is 50 degrees. It stays at like 40 to 50 degrees all year long.
Depending where you are located, there's many things you can use within the soil.
Mm.
There's water also, but like, you remember I told you the calculation, how much square feet you have is how many gallons of water you need to store, and you need to store them in black totes. So to heat the size of your greenhouse can represent so much water. Like, I've went down that path, but I pay per gallon here, my water. So I never went with that. And the only logical was the wood burning stove. But there's so many different options. There's DIY solar that I saw with aluminum cans. You know those beer cans?
Mm-hmm.
Someone created a geothermy solar system with that.
Yeah, they've got for my chicken coop in my barn, I've been thinking about it, where you have a big, like a picture glass window, and then you have a kind of a wall behind it, but you have like 6 or 8 inches of space between the glass and the wall. You paint the wall black, and then underneath is open, and on top is open. The sun comes in, hits that black wall, and that heat automatically, warm air rises, so it heats up the air in there, and then it just sucks the air and circulates the air. It's really, really cool. um the I've got 355, 3 or 4, might be 4 55-gallon barrels of full of water in my greenhouse. And that would be interesting. And all you got to do is just take the um take the extremes out of it. my little candle experiments worked really good. I was when it was getting down in 20-degree Fahrenheit, somewhere in there, it was staying about 45 to 50 in the greenhouse.
I remember you talked about that, the little candle experiments.
Yeah. Just the little, I found that the glass jar candles work best. They burn the longest.
The terracotta? Then the terracotta?
Well, you get the glass candle and then you put the terracotta pots on top of that.
Okay.
And the longer the candle burns, the better, the warmer it gets, and the warmer it'll keep it. I tried tea candles; they don't burn for maybe an hour or two.
Well,
But those little, what do you call them?
not the tea ones. The ones that are a bit taller. They're about 2-3 inches tall.
Yeah, and they're maybe 2.5 inches around. Can't see me.
How those are called.
Um,
Oh, the ones, the smaller size at the church.
yeah, kind of like that. And because you just want to get a candle that'll burn as long as possible, and it takes the edge off it.
Yeah, but thinking of this, like, those are super ideas, but you need to get up in the middle of the night to change that candle, will you? That's the other question.
Well, if I light it right before I go to bed, a lot of times with the larger jars, I found that they would still be burning at night, because that glass, it melts the wax, but that wax sits there and keeps the wick from burning down. Hold on one second. I'll see if I got one hanging right around here somewhere.
I'll check if there's anything in the comments. I'm on my phone, so I can't read the comments as I am here.
Here's a glass. Man, oh man, just the other day it seemed like I had candles everywhere.
It's always like that. Now that you're looking for it, you can't find
it. Well, here's one of the ones that I use. Ooh, it's dirty. But and the wax can melt, and then it turns to a liquid, but it keeps the wick from burning down so fast. Whereas like the votive candles, the tea candles, and stuff like that end up, man, I can't believe I don't have any more of those around.
Take notes down. You have to do a video about this.
Yeah.
Candles.
What's that?
And find those candles.
Yes. Because you can buy them at the dollar store. Well, it's a $1.25 store now.
Yeah, well, it's Colorama here.
And
$1
so yeah, so you can get them for $1, and then you can reuse them. You just buy a big. We have Michael's and Hobby Lobby and stuff like that, and you can just melt the wax down and pour them in. The hardest thing I found, I tried to make my own wicks, and that didn't work that great. I used cotton string and I braided it, but as it burns, it unbraids, and then it's not stiff enough. It kind of tips.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
I just looked at the time. My poor chickens are still inside the coop.
I think mine are too. Wait, did I do my chickens yet?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What time is it?
in the
Yeah,
coop
it.
have a lot of space, but they don't have access to food, so I have to go open.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Mine's 8 by 8. I'm hoping they'll start laying eggs again. All of my hens are in molt.
too.
It's either they're either in molt, or they found a place that they would rather lay their eggs, uh, rather than in the coop. But
Oh, but they're supposed to.
yeah,
So it's Easter basket, November style.
yeah. Oh yes, I love coming across a big pile of eggs. Usually when I step on it and it's under leaves, or I'll move the lawnmower in the spring, and because they go into my tents, and you break a bunch of eggs that have been sitting there, and
You want to hear a story before I go?
uh-huh.
My front of me got into chickens right after me. So the season after me, he got into chickens. And then one winter, so not last winter, the winter before, I took his 2 hens because he was not, the coop he had was not made for our winter. So I told him, no worries, I'll adopt a temporary, just give me 1 bag of feed every 2-3 months. Because it was only 2 hens. 1 hen died, and then I sent off the last hen. And then this here, he comes and he sees me and he says, well, now I have 3 new hens. And one of them gets rejected and they almost kill her. Can you adopt her? And whatever. And she stopped laying her eggs. So I'm like, well, okay, I have 1 hen that is living a similar situation. They nearly kill her every time I try to reintroduce her to the flock. So she's going to have a friend. So now I have 2 reject hens together. And the little cross the road to my neighbor's place and go lay her eggs under the stairs where she used to, and then she crosses the road again and she comes back on my house and like she free ranges around my house. So she started laying eggs again, and I'm the one paying her feed. I'm the one taking care of her, and she's still giving my neighbor the eggs. So now I keep her inside until she lays her egg, and then I can let her free range.
Yeah, yeah,
Little,
absolutely.
yes. The funs of having adoptive chickens. The solar chicken coop. Yes, I have a solar panel on my chicken coop, but it only powers two things. So the lights within, the outlets that are there. So the electrical of the chicken and my husband's man shed. All his tools are there. And we have an automatic door. So in the morning, we usually have an automatic door that opens and is controlled by the solar system. So yes, my chicken coop is solar, but for nothing more. Like it doesn't do anything with the water, the feed. It's just simply to open the door. And we are relocating the door. This is why the door is not open right now, because instead of having one door open automatically for the chicken and me having to go outside to open the doors for the ducks, we've modified the chicken coop so that one door opens for both of them. We've installed the door, the DIY door that we made, and now we have to connect it to the wires of the solar system. So there's like 1 more hour of work to do before I don't no longer have to go outside.
I've been wanting to get one of those solar operated doors, but
Well, my DIY the whole thing. So he went on YouTube and he bought this, like I think it's like 5 things that you need.
mm-hmm.
He had one part. and he just manually made it, put it together, slap it on the wall. And he did a version similar to the Omelette, OMLETTE brand, and he just connects it to the solar system because there's a solar panel on the roof of the chicken coop, and we have 2 or 3 batteries. I can't remember. We have 2 or 3 batteries. I'm not sure. And he maintains them, takes care of them, put water in them and stuff like that. So unless you have a small panel and a battery to save, because there are some days that if I didn't have the solar system, the door wouldn't open because the battery opens instead of just the solar panel. But this thing is like the basic knowledge I have. Solar is not my forte. It's the toy of my not for me at all. I don't understand it. All I know is you need a panel, you need an inverter, and batteries, and water. That's my knowledge of solar system. That's it. After that, I'm done. I don't know. Maybe one day, but for now, no.
Oh. All right. Well, I've got to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm just going to play this real quick. You guys in the chat, let me know what you think. I played it at the beginning. I figure I'll play it pre-live. I will be right back. Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell. They are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe button, and that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with a new piece of content. And don't be afraid to comment and let me know what you would like to see on my channel. All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's get into the live. Let me know what you think of that. That is, I figure I'll play it kind of in place of a countdown before my live streams. Thank you so much, Annie, for being here. Yeah, I have a habit of cutting people out. I didn't cut Annie out this time, though. But yeah, I've got to go open up the chickens, and I should probably do something constructive inside today too. But the sun is out, so I'm making electricity. And that's always a good thing. But boy, that wind is a whipping. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna Annie said goodbye. Wow. I had a couple pieces of sheet metal sitting on top of an old like garbage bin to keep bears and stuff out of the garbage, and it just flipped them over. I'm gonna have to find a permanent place for them for the winter. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head on out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Annie, for being on the show. On the show. Look at that. I'm Johnny Carson. But y'all have a great day. And again, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to y'all later. God bless.